Now, about a week ago, I posted a video about changes at Leatherman. And I didn't expect to have to come back around to this subject really quickly, but as it turns out, there's some new things that we need to discuss, and it involves what's in this box. So we're gonna unbox this on camera and explain why it's a rather big deal and why things just don't make any sense at all. Let's get started. Now, I don't usually do unboxings on this channel. I want to give myself a little bit more time to formulate my thoughts. But in this case, I want to show you and prove that I didn't tamper in any way with the two multi-tools I purchased from Leatherman. So after everything I've said and all my critiques, why am I buying two Leathermans from Leatherman.com? You'll see once I unbox it, because the implications are the tools inside are actually far cheaper than their very similar brethren, and most people don't even realize it. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing. So you can see I have not cut the seal. Let's go ahead and get into this thing. I'll make sure I get the information out of here. So I'm taking the information out. And then we have not one, but two Leathermans, and I'm gonna show you which ones they are. Now we're gonna start by unboxing them. And then after we do the unboxing, you see I have not broken the seals on the little attachments right there. We have the Charge Plus in black, and we have the Super Tool 300M. Now these are very important. What's very, very important, it's these very specific models. Now before I purchased them, I confirmed with 3 customer service agents that these do in fact include the accessories that are not clearly stated on their website. We're going to verify that right now. I went back in my old videos and found out that the Charge Plus, Charge TTI should also have the same accessories that are included with the Charge Plus. So with that, we're going to start with unboxing it. So let's cut this open first, slide this out. So we have, as you can see, we have a black Charge Plus. Ooh, came a little dirty out of the box, but that's all right. It's fine. And then inside, we have a sheath. This one is the more expensive $25 Molly sheath, which a little pouch on the inside for the bit kit, which it also comes with, not clearly stated or not easy to find. So we have that. We have a 6-bit bit kit, not a full one, but a 6-bit bit kit, and it comes with a black pocket clip and lanyard ring. All right. So let me put this back in. We're going to come back around to this. We'll talk about it in a minute. So it comes with those, and we're going to talk about the implications in a little bit. Now, when you get your tool, any Leatherman, these are some things you want to check out right away. First, start with the plier head. Open it up. You might find that it is a little bit stiff. Now, I've talked about this in the past. There are multiple ways in which you can adjust it. There's the safe and slow way, and then there's the fast and impatient way. I've just demonstrated the impatient way, which is to grip a wooden dowel and to slowly twist back and forth until it starts to loosen up in the pivot. The slow way would be degreaser, get rid of the grease, and then use diamond paste to loosen it up a little bit more. But just like so many Leathermans you'll get today, they come pretty stiff out of the box. So just be aware of that. The other thing you want to do is take it before you do any of that and squeeze tightly with both hands. If it locks up and starts getting even tighter, this one actually does, so this is a great example, you might have a harder time adjusting it. If it's really bad, you might even want to exchange it for a different Leatherman. Contact customer service, because that's not normal. It has to do with something going on with the peening inside the pivot. This one did in fact have it. Like, this is really substantially tighter now that I've just squeezed it a little bit harder. So that's the first thing you're going to want to check. Make sure that you can actually get access to the tools without it being too tight. This one looks pretty good. Yeah, the tension's good on that. That's great. On the inside, on the outside, I should say, we have the blades with the serrated. You might run up with some issues on burrs being left. This one looks good, so no issues there. Saws look good, same kind of deal. Straight blade looks good. In fact, this is one of the best ground. The grind on this is fantastic. They've definitely been improving. I've seen some really rough grinds on Leathermans. This one just definitely appears better. So Awesome. That's great. And then the diamond file, just take a look at it real quick. Nice and aggressive, like that. All right. Mostly looks good, except for the plier head. So we're going to move on from this. These are things you should always check with your Leatherman every time you get one. I hate to say it, but it regularly has an issue with a plier head like you just saw there. Now this one is a Super Tool 300M. Now I've had 3 of these in my life. I like them a lot, but they always end up getting taken apart because I use components to make customs. Now I really like the Super Tool 300M tool set. I really like the tan version. Mine actually came a little bit stained, I gotta say. I did not expect it. It looks like it's almost been put back in the box. Now, it's partially because the black oxide tools, they have a little bit left on when you first get them. That's not usually the end of the world. And in fact, I kind of like the kind of dirty look, but if you don't, just get the all black variation. Now, this one comes with the regular tool set. There isn't as much to check besides the plier head. Ooh, what is going on with that? And once again, trying that, squeezing it. This one's not as bad. It's still very tight, like pretty tight out of the box. Like you would have to work this quite hard. The biggest mistake people make is they immediately put lubricant on it, and that's a terrible idea. You actually want to do the opposite. So take some WD-40 or degreaser, get rid of all of the lubricant you can as much as possible. You can use diamond paste if you want to, but you definitely don't want any lubricant. You want to be able to wear that area in. You can sit at the front of a TV or whatever. You just sit there and do this a lot, or you can do it more the fast way. But regardless, these are pretty tight out of the box. That's not why I bought these though. So notice that it comes with a very nice MOLLE sheath with a spot for bits and everything. This is like their $25 variation. In fact, I think this one is specific to the M because it has a little slot for your extender, which, and this is really kind of an annoyance for me, and this has been true since they first came out. It comes with a very nice extender, which is quite a bit more expensive than the normal one. And it comes with a full 10-bit bit kit, and this isn't listed on their website at all. And it hasn't been since my unboxing way back when, and same with Ben from Texas Tool Crib. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside. Let me gather some things, and then we'll go back and talk about the Charge Plus and why it really matters. All right, before we talk about this comparison, which is bizarre, let me first say, do not buy any Leatherman during a miscellaneous time of the year. Okay, always wait for one of their sales. There is going to be one pretty much every October that's going to give you a minimum of 15% off. So if you're not getting a better discount than that, wait. Wait for their October sale. And just to be perfectly clear, I don't make any money on sales that happen at Leatherman.com. I don't have an affiliate relationship with them in any way, shape, or form. So I'm telling you to literally not use an affiliate link from me and to wait so you can get a higher discount. That's what I'm telling you because I want you to save more money. All right, now let's talk about this. This is ridiculous. This is $120, does not include a sheath as of today, or as of August 1st, I should say. This, on the other hand, comes with the Multitool, a partial bit kit. We'll call this $6, even though it's probably more than that relatively. We'll just call it $6. A $25 sheath, and a $10 pocket clip and lanyard ring. So that's $41 in value additional that is not included with the Leatherman Wave. $41. So if I drop the price, which is $160, by $41, that makes the Charge Plus cheaper than the Leatherman Wave. Right now, technically speaking, if we were to include the same accessories with the Wave Plus, it would be more expensive to buy a Wave than a Charge Plus. Does that make any sense to anyone? Not to me, especially when you factor in all of the improvements that the Charge Plus has. Which one is more ergonomic? Oh, absolutely, the Charge Plus. Which one has a better tool set? 100% the Charge Plus. It has that, pull cutter, which of course is not on the Wave, even if you discount the improvements in materials, which is yet another reason why you might want to go with the Charge Plus. There, in fact, is no reason whatsoever, assuming these were the same price, to ever pick the Wave. Ever. For any reason whatsoever. Okay? This is the better tool. In 2025, if you accidentally buy a Wave, you could be missing out on getting a strictly better tool and higher value. You shouldn't be buying this right now. This is what you're going to buy. If you're going to pick one, which one would you pick? And keeping in mind, these are going to have a 40-year warranty. If you're not going to replace it, it's certainly more expensive to buy both. Buy once, cry once, and you still get better value. Okay? And the same thing is applicable. Hold on a second. Let me grab my TTI here. Let's see. Where's the TTI? TTI. Here we go. The same absurdity is applicable for the Charge TTI. This is $200, and it includes a sheath, it includes pocket clip, and a 6-bit bit kit. The same thing, the same $41 value, we'll call it, okay? Essentially giving you a Charge TTI for, what is it, I can't do math, $159? Okay? And then, on the other hand, you have an Arc at $250 with no accessories whatsoever, no extra bits, no nothing, and you have to deal with the fact that the blade grind, the cutting geometry on the Arc is one of the worst ever put on a multi-tool. I mean it when I say it. This is like cutting an apple with an axe. It is so thick behind the edge, it is genuinely unfun. I've never had an issue with the flat grind on a Wave or Charge, and it just is so clear to me which one I would prefer, even though one might have a better steel than the other. Also, I just realized that's like a 1/4 inch more cutting edge on the Charge. Yeah. Yes, it's true. The Arc has a great tool set. We all know that. But this has titanium handles and is $50 less with $41, give or take $41 in extra value. Why would anyone today choose this over that? Right? Okay? This is the absurdity we are dealing with at the moment. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the Supertool 300M because it might very well be the single best, highest value Leatherman currently that you can buy. Okay, if you thought those other comparisons were wild, watch this. $300, no sheath, all right? $130, $129.99 for this. Let's assess the value, shall we? $25, $30, $20. That's $75 in total value, bringing the price of the tool itself, theoretically, down to $65. All right? $75 in added value versus no added value and no easy way to carry it. Well, that's pretty damn interesting, I'd have to say. Now, in addition to the Supertool 300M and the Charge series, which we've talked about, the TTI and the Plus, the Mutt also comes with a sheath and its little accessory, and the Supertool 300 EOD should also come with a sheath as well. I don't know about the other models. I've been looking. I can confirm for sure the Rebar doesn't, the Surge doesn't, the Wave doesn't. All those ones besides the Charge, which I made a mistake on in that first video, they seem to still not have sheaths, okay? So that's of right now. And I confirm with the reps. They've been told this is what's happening. I can't be sure this is going to continue, but if you're looking for a good purchase, you still want to get something in October when they run their sale, I would get the Charge Plus. I would get the Supertool 300M. These are the ones that still have the value that make them worth purchasing. That's just my thoughts. I'm curious to hear yours down in the comments. As always, thank you for your time, and we'll talk again soon.